European leaders have converged in Brussels to discuss the energy crisis triggered by the war in West Asia. Rising energy prices because of the war have pushed European leaders to make West Asia one of the key priorities at the Brussels summit. Prior to the West Asia crisis, spiraling energy prices hit consumers across the continent during the Russia-Ukraine war, and now Europe is facing the brunt of it once again. The leaders face an urgent need to put a halt to rising energy prices. Many leaders continue to resist U.S. President Donald Trump's calls to send military assets to help secure the Strait of Hormuz, while the European Commission says member states can use several financial tools to ease prices. German Chancellor says that the EU would not open blocked sea lanes in West Asia while hostilities are ongoing. Take a listen.
And then there is a lot we can do, including opening up sea lanes and keeping them clear. But we won't do that while hostilities are ongoing. We'll only do that once the fighting has ended. It would also require an international mandate, which we do not currently have. And that is why there are still many steps ahead of us before we can even begin to consider such a matter.
Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has announced a series of measures to combat energy price hikes and to help consumers.
The government's work continues to cope with the increase in the price of fuel that is a result of the crisis in the Middle East. From the beginning, we activated all the measures available to assure the transparency on the prices and to intervene with the finance police and the antitrust in case of anomalous hikes at gas stations. And it is thanks to this activity that up until now that in Italy, the increase in prices has been lower than what is happening in the major European countries.
The Austrian Chancellor has said that Europe would not be blackmailed into joining the Iran war, this as he ruled out any Austrian intervention in the blocked Strait of Hormuz.
The United States' course of action is difficult to predict. You can see from current developments in the Middle East that their strategy is hard to discern. I don't know how they will react, but Europe, and Austria as well, will not allow itself to be blackmailed.
Meanwhile, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has backed U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran and said that allies are discussing amongst each other on how to handle the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, calling the Gulf Passage crucial for the world's economy.
First of all, in my contacts with allies all over NATO territory, what I'm sensing and hearing is that we all agree, as we always did, that it was crucial for Iran not to get its hands on a nuclear capability, a ballistic missile capability, and what the US is doing at the moment is degrading that capability of Iran, and I think that's very important. This is important for European security, for the Middle East. It is vital for Israel itself.
As Thursday's summit in Brussels puts spotlight on energy crisis, some countries are demanding the European Commission take action to shield their citizens, arguing for far-reaching interventions in the EU's environmental policy and energy markets to achieve short-term cost cuts. Others are adamant that the EU must preserve its existing rulebook and focus on long-term measures.